following is a presentation of Flow Sports.
They say it's a dry heat in the Palm Springs area. Well, that's true until it's a little less dry. The weather's starting to play its part. You never know what's going to happen at the Mary Nutter Collegiate Classic, except one thing is guaranteed: some incredible softball. And even with it all, that's what we're going to get. The Auburn Tigers, their 10th win already coming. Earlier today, they get an impressive 10-5 victory against the top 15 Oregon Ducks team, who came right back to get themselves a top 15 win. Now those Tigers go against the quasi-hosts of this tournament in the Bruins of UCLA. Happy to have you on Flow, everyone. Corey Brooks, Nicole Mendez with you. Nicole, we dive in to this Auburn batting order. This is pretty much the group that put up 10 runs this morning. They're coming in swinging some incredibly hot bats.
Hey, if it's not broke, do not fix it. Auburn, they are getting themselves in order. This tournament really exposes pitching and exposes defense. This is what Auburn is trying to do. They're going to be facing the ace from UCLA, Taylor Tinsley. They know that she's been working through some things. Why not continue to pick up right where you left off? That is going to be the theme that Auburn's coaches are telling their players right now. Continue the bats, continue. And that's going to be a main thing. You could see just there on that clip, the rain is coming down. So being able to be disciplined as a hitter will also be key as we head into this game.
Even more reason, if you're Coach I, to send your ace to the hills. She has not only pitched in this tournament, she has pitched exceptionally well in this tournament. She will have to battle not only Auburn, but the elements as well. A heavy rain as Mother Nature has decided not to cooperate. It's fortunately been a couple years since we had to deal with this here at Mary Nutter. This year, I guess it's going to be the story. There was some rain earlier in the week, and so it was going to be part of the story, right? Because these infields coming off rain obviously play very differently than when it's been true Palm Springs weather. Now, the rain makes a headline as Kylie Shaw and company try and become the first ones on the board.
Exactly right. If you're UCLA, you take defense, you're the home team. Having the mindset of this is what it is, and we got to go from there.
Taylor Tinsley begins the day.
Known for her pitches that work up in the zone, off speed, so being able to handle that ball with care, maybe take off some speed, some of the spin, being able to have control is going to be more important.
Tinsley starts with a quick 2 strikes. A player we have seen really grow up over the years through the lens of this tournament, sitting at a 2.54 ERA and a 4-2 record for the Bruins. About 30 innings pitched, she has struck out 34, walking just 9. Kylie Shaw chops it up foul.
Shaw here in the leadoff. Seeing as many pitches as possible is going to be huge for you, especially in this kind of weather. You want to keep this defense out as long as possible. You want to see as many pitches as possible for the rest of your lineup behind you. Everyone knows in order to get your leadoff on, that's going to be big momentum time, especially against a game like this.
Tinsley tries to go top shelf. Kylie Shaw doesn't oblige. Couple hits in this morning game for Kylie Shaw. That is par for the course. She comes into the weekend right near the top of the national leaderboard in hits, and currently sitting on a 10-game hitting streak. A once-a-game reminder.
Yeah.
Kylie Shaw, basically a freshman.
Yeah. I feel like we're going to be saying that a lot this year. A lot of freshmen that are going to be taking the place of the roles that seniors have carried so heavily last year. That was a good take on that outside corner to bring it 2-2. But Choosy Reddy's team, well over 6 pitches is that bad. Just battling, just back and forth, back and forth.
Shaw battling all the way back.
Just mentioned that control. That is going to be the main focus for Tinsley. Yes, you're going to surrender some of that spin because right now you don't want to leave pitches too wide as this rain continues to pour down.
9th pitch of the at-bat coming for Shaw. Tinsley gets strike 3. Had to work for it, but the day begins with a K for the UCLA ace.
This one, whenever you've been battling and battling, that is not a pitch that you want to surrender. Works through the middle of the plate, knee high, but whenever you have a full count like that, you cannot let pitches that close to the zone surrender. But I will say, regardless, as that was a big hack taken, seeing 9 pitches is huge for Auburn to start off this game. So even though she struck out, wasn't able to get on base, that still is a quality at bat.
And Aya Womack taking a big hack. She deserves to. Matched her season production in doubles in one game this morning. Had 2 doubles coming in and a 2 extra base hit offering from an Aya Womack this morning against Oregon. Now she'll take
Womack, a big swing. This one right hard into her shin. Yeah, ouch is right. I bet you there's going to be a nice, pretty bruise there tomorrow morning. If not, she's going to be pretty mad. I know I was whenever I would hit myself foul off a ball. If there's not a bruise, what is it even worth it? No, absolutely not. I got to have something to show for it. She's putting on a tough face.
You could argue
though.
that's the shin guard doing its job.
Looks like
Battle
she's going to be
scars,
tough.
hard one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And if I'm Tinsley, I'm noticing that. I'm going right back low and in. Make her feel that pressure of that pitch again.
It's not a bad one. In fact, it's back-to-back Ks from Taylor Tinsley.
Hey, you know what? Taylor Tinsley, she knows what she's doing. Doesn't go back inside, goes on the outer half of the corner as well. It is a beautiful, and I cannot emphasize this enough, beautiful job behind the plate by Ramirez. Just being able to frame that, bring that back over. Didn't see that glove move a lot, get that strikeout call.
Rodriguez fouls off the first. Adams, Roebuck, Walker, Stroud, Ratliff, and Hastings, the remainder of the batting order for Auburn. Defense for the Bruins. Left to right in the outfield is Slimp, Phillips, and Grant. Infield, that same direction. Alejandre Garcia, Bragg, and Woolery. Ramirez doing the catching and doing so very well, to your point, for her pitcher, Taylor Tinsley. Rodriguez watching rise.
Rodriguez, no stranger to a lot of big storied programs.
And right on cue, that experience serves her well. She drives it the length of Wrigley all the way to the center field fence. Opening base knock of game 2 for Auburn belongs to Destiny Rodriguez.
Well, that's what I was just saying. She takes this one, leaks back over the plate, knowing that it's not as much speed, not as much spin, wanting to attack early on. She clobbers this one, like you said, out to right center. But Rodriguez, she has been an athlete who has been at a couple different programs, or one other program at Tennessee, and just battling for playing time. She's coming here to compete at Mary Nutter. This is the highest level that you can.
Certainly knows the language of the Malvos, the head coaches for Auburn. And man, she's been so locked in. She comes into this tournament off a 5 RBI day, a career high against Binghamton. Then in this morning's game, she gets 3 walks. So just rewriting her personal record book game after game at this rate is Destiny Rodriguez. Taylor Tinsley, however, with a beautiful changeup to Annalie Adams, who also had a wonderful game this morning to the tune of a multi-home run day, her first.
Always a good day whenever you have multiple homers, right?
No doubt.
And I have to say,
6 RBI to go along with it. You never want it to be 2 solo shots, right?
Never. have to have ducks on a pine. But I am so impressed with Taylor Tinsley's outing so far. 2 strikeouts, but you can see whenever the view from the back as a pitcher, you can see that rain coming down. If you've ever tried to pitch, throw a ball in the rain, you know how hard it is to control, and that one gets away from her. You know how hard it is to control. So not only to have 2 strikeouts, but to be getting ahead, being in these at-bats, having competitive at-bats with good looks on strikes, really impressive. Tips off to her because this is early in the season.
Adams runs the count full. Adams lifts, and no problem in the rain for Alina Garcia. 2 strikeouts and a can of corn. Tinsley's got her squad coming up to bat. Happy to have you along at the Collegiate Collegiate Classic. We would like to thank all their vendors and sponsors for 2026. Appropriate that the quasi-hosts of this tournament were ultimately the Wayback Machine responsible for so many of those vendors and sponsors. Take center stage and we take a look at the opening 9 for the Bruins of UCLA. You can go ahead and write number 2 and number 3 in pen, at the bare minimum being next to each other. Might not always be in 2-3, might be 3-4, but they're going to be somewhere in that top 4, and they're certainly going to be hitting next to each other in the Bruins Bombers, Megan Grant, Jordan Woolry.
I mean, the terrible shoes, this takes on laughing with Coach as we got to talk about her team and what this offense specifically gets to do. Whenever you have to face that kind of gauntlet that high up, typically you'll see a 3-4, maybe a 4-5. You know, right away you're gonna have to face Slim, who is so experienced, a lot of speed, and then 2 back-to-back heavy swingers. It's a tough part of the lineup for sure.
Riley Slim will hit leadoff here for UCLA, and she will watch ball 1. Just off to an absolutely sensational start. Hitting about 500, on basing about 600, slugging about 800. Just sensational stuff from the sensational sophomore. And quickly really got this year off to an announced elite start at her first career in the season opener. So Riley Slim looking to put aside any thoughts of that sophomore slump very quickly.
To your point, just again, the experience that Coach talked to her and that she has, and just drawing from it, understanding what her role is this year, and knowing that every year is a new year. It doesn't define you year to year. There's no expectations. It's almost like a clean slate, especially at tournaments like these. It's a chance for you to reset, relax, and go out and play, have some fun.
That's chopped on hop, belongs to Annalie Adams, who wins the race. So the rare out off the bat of Riley Slim at this point. And now right on cue, here come two of the top hitters in America, both by pedigree and most certainly by the numbers. You could spend an entire game of softball talking about how good the start has been and rattling off the just video game statistics for Megan Grant and Jordan Woolry to this point in the season.
I think the biggest thing that I love watching from these two is the way that they cheer each other on and they support each other. Yes, they are phenomenal.
All the while, Ella
But
Harrison
have
coming right back for round two. Speaking of sensational sophomores. Kate Malvo extremely honest before the year, saying, hey, you're going to see a lot of Ella Harrison in the circle this year for Rutgers. S.J. Guerin carried so much of that load last year for Auburn. It was so important for this Tiger side to be able to add somebody who could not just eat up innings, but really give you a quality 1A, 1B. And Ella Harrison has so much room for upside. She was already pretty good. That's Destiny's ball for out number two. Ella Harrison off to a fast start. And strike one into Woolry. Ella Harrison, unintimidated. First pitch strike. On a hop. That is easier said than done in the rain. Roebuck cleans it up. And Ella Harrison announces herself for Auburn. Great first inning of work, sending the Bruins down 1, 2, 3. The Easton Ghost Unlimited is now available. Get a sneak peek at the brand new unreleased Rawlings Halo bat. You won't want to miss it. First inning in the books, and it's not the bats, but the arms that carry the opening stanza. Auburn gets to go right back to work. Haven Roebuck, who made that play across the diamond to close out the bottom of the first, gets to hit leadoff against Tinsley to begin this top of the second.
I mean, this is exactly what you want to see from Auburn. You have long at-bats, your very first look at Taylor Tinsley. And then from that, you get 1, 2, 3 quick outs. Defense does their job, pitcher does their job, and you're right back in the dugout, out of the rain, but more importantly, making the other team be in the rain. I mean, if you look at these fans right here, that is not where you want to be at all.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not really the experience you think of when you think of Mary Nutter. And Auburn here for the first time since 2020. Since then, this is, I think, only the second time that we've had rain at this tournament. So hopefully it's short-lived, and we get back to the perfect weather to go along with the perfect softball.
Hey, I don't know about you, Corey, but I just had my first sighting of the kettle corn. So I am excited to get underway, watch good softball, going to, as always, miss that smell of the kettle corn.
If there was an over-under on the first kettle corn, the under just definitely cashed. Top of the second here in our second game of the day. Nicole's first. Yeah, it's a hard under. It speaks to the power of the kettle corn. That one was never in doubt. Tinsley goes off speed and drops it in for a strike.
Just like that changeup, Taylor Tinsley, masterful command. Again, I cannot emphasize this enough. You can see how hard it's raining. She has great command as a pitcher. If you're trying to learn how to have control of your pitches, throwing the rain, that's definitely one that you grow up learning how to practice. So being able to have these pitches, still have movement, still have velocity, that is big time for her.
Roebuck in control of the count. Had a double this morning, which might be the least surprising thing at this point for Auburn. Sends that one out of play. Top 10 nationally in 2 baggers. And by the time it's all said and done, if she keeps up even something close to that pace, she might have the best opening doubles month in the history of Auburn softball. She's right there.
I mean, I love this time of year because it's free-for-all. It's open season, right? Everyone's getting settled, and if you're hot right now, man, it's fun. It's fun to play this game.
Haven Roebuck puts some good drop on the ball, and right there, a phenomenal snag in the rain on the right-hand side of your screen there. Boy, if we're going to praise the defense on the diamond, we've got to praise it on the grass in foul territory, too.
I mean, come on, sick hands, absolutely. Always keep your head on a swivel whenever you're at Mary Nutter.
Roebuck drove that thing, and just in front of the fence. Mia Phillips able to make the play.
Square contact again. You understand why she's been having all of those doubles. The way that her barrel is able to get on plane so early in the swing, you can just see it. This pitch is elevated. Whenever you get on plane early and you're able to extend all the way through, you get that kind of power. But again, speed, UCLA, their defense kind of showcasing it a little bit. Hits right to them, and you get your first out.
Walker working ahead, now sees it even. Michaela Walker, in many ways, the headline on this early start for Auburn. She's already having a career year in the power category, exceeding what she was able to accomplish over a couple years at LSU. That's just been this year, as she gives that one a ride all the way to center. Mia Phillips just stole it from the stands.
A huge smile for Mia Phillips. I mean, we just saw her make a great catch before, but this one, this is a Sports Center top 10 style of catch. Look at the way that she finds a fence. She's able to go up, reach over. She actually leaves her feet, her arms hanging over. Being able to make that catch, that is big time. And if you're a pitcher, that gives you confidence to go, I can go there again because my defense, they got my back. And a big time celebration right there. I mean, look at that. Her heartbeat, you can tell it's beating out of her chest right now. What a moment.
You go up strong, you go up confident. And right as we're talking about the power ability of Walker, she puts a great swing on it. That part doesn't change even though it was taken away. And an even better play by Phillips. Now here's Kyla Stroud looking to do something similar. Instead, the high chop, Garcia charges it. A little glimpse right there at the future of Alina Garcia. Athletic at short. By all rights, this game should be 1-0. Phillips says not today. Just an absolutely insane defensive play. Keeps this game tied at zeros. Ella Harrison goes back to work after a very strong first inning, and the Bruins get to bring their heart of their order to bear for the first time, starting with Kanaya Bragg.
To your point, Corey, not easy to go 1, 2, 3 with minimum pitches against a lineup like UCLA's. Offense is and always is, I feel like, one of their strong suits as a team. And I think there's a difference between going 1, 2, 3 and they're putting balls in play and they're squaring them up and they're just hit right to people. But I felt like a lot of these hits, you could see UCLA out in front, out of their legs, out of their arms, their timing disrupted. Just doing a fantastic job making these hitters guess.
Kanaya Bragg sends it straight back. Ella Harrison, you look at the analytics, the whiff rates, the strikeouts, and they all speak to a really sensational first year at Rutgers. And about this time last year, she was Big Ten Pitcher of the Week basically right out of the gate. She was co-Pitcher of the Week alongside Jordy Ball. So if you're doing that in like 2 weeks of collegiate softball, speaks to the pedigree. That's why she's at Auburn now. That was stung so hard, there was no play to be had. Kanaya Bragg, a leadoff single.
You can see Adams, as you mentioned, stunned is the best word for it. This ball ricochets hard off of her, and she's trying to find it, grab it, and get back in a hurry. It takes the glove literally off of her hand. Nothing that you can do about it. I was just remarking on how UCLA hadn't squared up any of those balls. It was a great adjustment, and that is what makes this team so hard-hitting, is 1, 2, 3, quick waves outs. They go back in, they talk to their dugout, and they make the adjustment in the second inning.
Pops away in the dirt. Bragg quickly into scoring position. Boy, it is hard enough to play catcher, Nicole, and get those blocks. It's going to be even tougher in the rain today because it's going to take some funky ones. Alejandre working well ahead.
I think to your point is, as a catcher, preparing yourself, knowing pitchers, their balls may miss, they may lose, so doing everything that you can to get those balls back over the plate, really working the framing for your pitchers. And you're blocking.
Yeah.
Nice job behind the plate again.
Just got to get some chalk, some water. Yeah.
That just speaks to how wet and rainy it is. You get a ball in the dirt immediately. You have to toss it aside, grab a new one. Something to watch, especially as UCLA, knowing their bats, knowing the power they have. If you're an outfielder, not trying to overthrow the ball, but keep it low, hit your cuts and relays.
First and second here for UCLA. And the DP, Ramsey Suarez.
Big smile. Getting on base, being able to just draw that base runner on. That was something that we heard from Coach I. Is I think here we're going to see just conversation about managing your pitches, being able to keep it underneath control. That was something that Coach I spoke about as well, and it's relevant to both teams. Controlling what you can control, celebrating the little wins. So here, if you're Auburn, celebrating a little win is, hey, we're keeping this ball in the zone. Hey, defense, we are doing what we're doing. We're getting the lead out. We're putting balls and we're blocking them down. We're working for our pitchers here. That's going to be huge for Auburn. And if you're UCLA, you are now thinking, do not relent. You just gained some momentum here, a couple of hits, then you had a walk. Want to be able to capitalize on this, get the first run across the board, strike that first blow.
Charting the pitches, trying to understand what's coming. Bunt shown, brought back. Ramsey Suarez starting to see an uptick in playing time. Gets the start today at DP, obviously. Picked up starts against Mizzou and Riverside early in the year. There is a fierce competition to get into this UCLA lineup. That's par for the course.
Great job by Harrison, knowing that even if she does square around, she does offer the bunt, trust your defense. They're going to be able to be there and make those plays. They're going to be ready.
Right back to it. Pop straight up. There you go. It's foul ball. Foul ball. Ratliff's really going to have to be ready, because even if a bunt is put down in foul territory, it's going to die the second it hits that dirt. You get another look here. This came straight up and got her. So,
yeah, you can see just right as she's about to make contact, Suarez, she dips that barrel down below. And as a hitter, you know, whenever you're trying to square around and bunt, the moment that your barrel dips below the hands, that's whenever that ball just goes crazy. It'll go up in the air, straight down. You won't be able to get it fair.
couple strikes probably takes that option off the board. Ramsey Suarez stays alive, though, on the backside. Top pinch hitter for the Bruins a year ago, now settling into a more regular role. Opening up Mary Nutter with a fierce fight against Ella Harrison.
I love her composure here, just deep breaths, trying to get that heart rate back down, slowing down your mind so you can make those clear decisions whenever you're in the middle of an intense at-bat, an intense battle.
Dropped it off the table. You can just see Ramsey just nodding her head like, yeah, I took it.
Not an easy pitch. I mean, Harrison, this one just tumbles, like you said, right off that table. That's not an easy pitch to take, but it's a great 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. That's the kind of pitches that you want to be giving and offering.
Now Suarez refusing to relent. She battles all the way back. Hit it hard and drove it all the way to center. Ramsey Suarez does the job. UCLA takes the lead. The rain causes some havoc. She gets all the way to third, and it's the Bruins by 2.
We have just talked about the power of the bats from UCLA. Another pitch that is elevated, and this one just taken deep into the heart of right center. But one thing that you'll see as an outfielder, your number one job, your number one priority is to keep the ball in front. Womack not able to do that. That ball gets her. She takes a little bit of a weird angle, and whenever that ball gets past her, if you're a runner for UCLA, you know, even though I'm on first, I'm coming around to score. I'm taking advantage of that mistake, and that's what they do, and that's why they're up 2-0 right now.
Ball absolutely roped. It does indeed go down as a triple. That will be Ramsey Suarez's first career triple, and it comes at Mary Nutter.
And I think this is a right call while you have the momentum. Yeah. While you have that momentum, get your speed on the bases. Be able to continue to pass that bat, push those runs. The run, maybe the rain, not as bad as it was at the beginning of this game, but still the ball, as soon as it touches grass, as soon as it touches dirt, it's going to be wet. Throwing is going to be a factor.
Now Alina Garcia. Watching the strike. So much excitement about the return of Alina Garcia for this UCLA team. Shortstop has been a pretty premium position historically for UCLA, certainly the last few years with Maya Brady in that role. And so now it's big shoes to fill for sure, but they believe very much in the future of the uber talented Garcia. Case in point, Alina Garcia gets it done. Her return tour continues. RBI number 3, and it's the Bruins by 3.
Again, being relentless. You get a pitch elevated, maybe not 100% on time, but if you put a tough swing on that, if you're swinging hard, you're not going halfway through the swing going, oh no, I'm not on time, but committing to a swing as a hitter, especially with the power that UCLA has, just strong athletic bodies, being able to get that through the infield, that exit velo, that is huge because that scores a run for your team. And something that I've noticed is UCLA, they're going after that up pitch. They know that they're going to have the highest chance of success, personally as a team.
The in-betweener. That's all you can do in that spot. So a good job by Destiny Rodriguez to get the out and pass the baton to, frankly, the reason that Auburn still hasn't scored in the game. Mia Phillips, a wonderful play in center, now gets her first at-bat of the young ball game.
Yeah, and that was also a great job navigating that defense. Alina Garcia being able to run around Martinez.
Phillips hit it hard to that center field spot. This one has enough air under it, though, to sit in the glove. Ramsey Suarez getting her first career triple. And now UCLA still in the driver's seat with a couple of down as the lineup flips for Riley Slimp.
And this is huge. UCLA getting to go through the second time through the lineup in the second inning. Passing the bats after a quick 1-2-3. That's exactly the response that you want to see from your team. And I mentioned the adjustment that they made on the up pitches. And like you said, this is a tough part of the order. Have we seen power already? Yes. But now we're going to see even more in this top half.
Slimp goes hard on the bunt. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and a 3-0 UCLA lead here with 2 down. Slimp fouls that one.
I like that pitch there from Harrison. She's been going to that up pitch, and whenever she has, UCLA has been ready. They've been ripping that one deep into the gaps in the outfield. So being able to keep it low in the zone, let her defense work for her as this rain starts to pick back up.
Gets some oohs and ahs from the Auburn dugout. Slimp lifts. Ranging over to grab it is Alyssa Hastings, but not before the Bruins strike first. 3 runs on 3 hits, largely courtesy of the 3-bagger from Ramsey Suarez, her first. DeMarini has new and unreleased bats now available. You can check them out at your nearest dealer. You can check that out. A beautiful view here from Big League Dreams. The stuff above the mountains, that can go away, but the mountains look great.
I mean, doesn't get much prettier than that. Love that view, but if you're a fan, rain or shine, this is a view that you want to have at this point in the season. Mary Nutter, known for being basically the miniature Women's College World Series. There is so much talent. All the top teams converge here. There's power, there's pitching, there's defense. We've already seen a little bit of all three in this game here. Oh yeah, it's only the third inning. Gotten off to a hot start for UCLA.
Ratliff fouls off the first. If it's not the mini College World Series, you could make the case it's a miniature super regional for a lot of these teams. UCLA having a super regional rematch with South Carolina kind of furthers that point. We'll see that matchup here in a couple days right here on Wrigley. Ratliff hit that thing hard to center, but Wrigley's big enough, and the range of Mia Phillips is basically unlimited at this point.
Again, as a pitcher, being able to throw freely, trusting your defense that they're going to have your back. This one hit squarely deep into that right center corner, just easily handling that. A lot of speed, but the biggest thing about her first jumps, very quick, very efficient.
North Alabama's own watching ball one. First AB for the shortstop, Alyssa Hastings. Both parents went to Auburn. Made it a pretty easy decision to transfer from Lipscomb. Both these teams take such pride, Nicole, in recruiting regionally. For UCLA, of course, you want to recruit Southern California in the sport of softball. But Auburn has really good connections in the South, and a great example right now up to hit in Hastings.
To your point, Corey, in this day and age, there's some people out there with the mind of, oh man, NIL, it ruined everything. The transfer portal, it ruined everything. These athletes don't care about the names that they wear across their chest, but I think there's something to it. Whenever you do recruit regionally, you grew up watching them. You grew up being a fan. You grew up wanting to be in that uniform. In today's day, you get to wear those letters, those names across your chest.
And sure enough, the hometown kid does the job. Alyssa Hastings, the first base knock for Auburn here in the third.
Love this swing from Hastings. Not trying to do too much, just getting to contact. The biggest piece, her posture, staying over the ball, knowing that it's away from her. Tinsley hasn't given these Auburn hitters too much in their wheelhouse. If she does, she's going tight in on the hands. So if I'm Auburn, I'm looking for that away pitch, looking to drive it through that 5-6.
Ball one into Kylie Shaw. That's just great from Tinsley.
One of the reasons why I love the Mary Nutter so much is situations like this where it's raining and there's the complaint or the thought from everyone, oh, the field's not what they're used to, or the rain, or they're playing double headers. The competitors, they compete.
Yeah.
They thrive in this kind of environment. They say, yeah, it's not ideal to be playing a game while the rain's coming down. I can't spin the ball. I can't throw it as hard as I would be able to otherwise. But guess what? I'm still going to go out there and I'm going to give my best and I'm going to compete. And UCLA, this is a team, every time they come to Mary Nutter, and we heard it from the coaches, you come out to this tournament and something about it helps you discover as a team who you are. At least for UCLA, I've heard it from other programs like Oklahoma.
Good take. And sometimes you're going to get to the end of the year and those pivotal series in the final stages of a campaign in conference play, it's late in the year in softball. Sometimes it rains, and you'll have to deal with that. So you get extra preparation here. The Mary Nutter Collegiate Classic keeps you ready in so many ways. Kylie Shaw working it full for the second time, and now fouling it off.
Tinsley carrying a lot of experience, a lot of weight for this pitching staff for UCLA.
The two full extremes of the full count. It's a 9-pitch strikeout on a 3-2 count, and now the better part of 7 pitches for a walk.
She's going to face the best out of hitters. Whenever you face a pitcher of her level, of her quality, you're going to get the best from the hitters. They're going to be sharp. They're going to be on.
Womack trying to attack early. Tinsley gets it to Kanaya Bragg.
And again, there's that pitch. We've seen Tinsley go up and in, tight on the hands, trying to stall off Auburn, not allowing them to fully get extended on that inside half, and then going low and away. So really not only messing with their timing, but their zone. Their eyes are constantly having to bounce up and down.
Took a little off. Strike one into Destiny Rodriguez.
And of course, can't forget about that off speed. Rodriguez,
no,
really the only one that's gotten on base with a hard hit back in that first inning.
It's a tough pitch to swing on because it's designed to make you do that. Riley Flint comes in and closes the door. Couple runners left on. Bruins in control. UCLA feeling good. The 2 RBI triple from Ramsey Suarez has them in front. And if you're already leading when Megan Grant and Jordan Woolry are coming up, you're feeling pretty good if you're rooting for UCLA and the multi-talented Megan Grant. Harrison
Many
with ball one.
athletes get to say that they are a dual sport athlete. Megan Grant now getting to say that. Was able to work with the basketball team not only in the fall, but a little bit this spring. Softball time here now for UCLA, so she's back full time with the softball team. But I mean, the perspective that you get, and just, I don't want to say as an athlete, sometimes you get so warped into your sport, you lose that perspective. But you do a little bit. So being able to get that secondary perspective and realize, man, I'm pretty good at my primary sport, coming back into it and going, hey, like, I just get to enjoy it. I'm having fun. I'm playing loose. There's no pressure. I'm good, so I can just enjoy it. I can get better, yes, but I am just going to savor this time.
Here's a look at the basketball work of one of the best softball players on planet Earth. UCLA's had it a couple times in the last 10 years, that crossover between women's hoops and softball. And appropriately, it's two teams that certainly have their eyes on a national championship this year.
And again, talk about perspective. One of the best players in college softball being able to give perspective to another elite level team with basketball, and vice versa.
Quick conversation. I think just kind of managing the conditions here. Grant runs it full. I think a lot of UCLA fans, they got to watch it, so they know about her basketball background, but maybe not everyone knows she played baseball until right before high school. Gets to softball on her very first day, coming over to the softball side, and she broke a bat, which was very much an omen for the power that Megan Grant was going to bring to the softball diamond.
I think there may be some confusion on just before we were showing the basketball clip of Megan Grant. Just, did she swing on that one? Was that a foul ball? Or did the catcher just not see it? I think it was resolved 3-2. Didn't swing on that one.
Grant lifts to left where it sits for Kylie Shaw. Brings up Jordan Woolry.
Big leadoff out for Auburn, trying to minimize base runners on, but also the damage. Because whenever Woolry gets up, oftentimes Megan Grant is not sitting pretty on second base. So being able to get that base runner off that bag, not allow anybody to get on whenever you have to face another fearsome opponent, that's exactly how you want to get ahead and start this inning.
That's hit well, and it gets all the way to the fence. Jordan Woolry continues to do her thing. It's a double.
Have to go back again. If there's a runner on base, that's another run across the board. Nice job by Auburn, but this one low but over the heart of the plate, and just because it's lower in the zone, maybe not potentially would have been a strike call, doesn't mean a hitter like Jordan Woolry cannot go after it and smoke it into the gap, and that's exactly what happens. As an outfielder, just laying chase to that, doing everything that you can, even if it's one or two steps before that ball hits the fence, working your best to not let that ball get past you.
Her third double. Looks like Auburn's getting ready to change the wristbands, which means it may be a pitching change.
To be fair, after that second inning, Ella Harrison just getting squared up quite a few times in a row. 3 hits. Anytime you have 3 hits in an inning, it's always a good sign. Lisa Fernandez nice and bundled up. So just for Auburn, keeping these hitters off balance, that's going to be their goal. Their bats are there. We already saw what they could do earlier today. I mean, just absolutely running up the score, just being relentless offensively against Oregon. But coming into this game, don't want that to get too out of hand before your offense comes around. Keep it manageable. And all that to say, not that she can't stay in the game. Ella Harrison has done a phenomenal job with that hardest part of the lineup, as you've heard us hype them up the second time that they've come through. They're doing a good job managing
Jacob
that.
Wilson, gonna warm up. Take a quick pause. The true freshman going against UCLA. Funnily enough, the Malvos must have heard as Abby Herndon, the Alabama kid, steps up and will come in to pitch. The red shirt last year, she's thrown 7 2/3 so far for the Auburn Tigers. Record is 1-1. She struck out 5, so now Abby Herndon will go to work. The red shirt freshman going against this fearsome UCLA group.
That shows the confidence that your coaches have in you to not only bring you into a game against a big-time competitor like UCLA, but in this type of situation, knowing that the weather conditions, it's rainy, knowing that the offense has been gaining momentum, and they're saying, I pick you. I want to see your stuff. I believe that you can hold this offense down and get us out of this inning.
The transfer from Ole Miss coming right back home as we talk about regional recruiting. Auburn's going to try and utilize it right now and sends Abby Herndon to the circle.
And I love this look from a lefty. Not only disrupting timing, but also disrupting angles.
Her first pitch to Kanaya Bragg, good for strike 1.
See Bragg, deep breath, resetting. There's one thing that UCLA loves is to get that runner that's standing on the golden bag on second base across the board. They don't like to leave runners in scoring position too often. Good hold by Bragg. Corey, you and I were laughing during one of the breaks talking about the rise ball and how as a hitter it's so easy to go, it's right there, I could get it, I got it one time, but to have the discipline and lay off.
Chopped up, Bragg gets it through the 4-3 hole. The wide turn, another for UCLA. Meoño came in to pinch run. She does the job and crosses the plate. The Bruins continue to see the lead grow.
And this right here, this is a much better swing, a much better pitch to get off of. And I will say this until I'm blue in the face. UCLA, the power that they put behind their swings. Did she square that up? Absolutely not. But Bragg being able to get that exit velo off makes it a very difficult play, not a routine one that you might think.
Brie Alejandre continues to just hammer the softball. Right as we speak about that baseball background, it's been good for UCLA time and again. Baseball, softball, whatever. Brie's gonna hammer it, and the Bruins are in big business now.
Big business. A lot of smiles for the Bruins. A lot of cheers. This one inside, waist high. As a pitcher, that is one location that you do not want to give too much space to. If a hitter is able to get their hands in front of it and extend it, that ball is going to fly and it's going to go hard. And that's exactly what Alejandra did.
Ramsey Suarez will re-enter. Pinedo was playing forward and right.
Sweet moment there between a pitcher and her defender, Destiny Rodriguez. It's making our pitcher smile a little bit, make her be loose. That's key in moments like this.
Suarez watching the off speed. We mentioned it earlier that Destiny's kind of the one who speaks the Malvos language, and sometimes that turns you into the translator from your coaches, where you almost have to be that second, or in their case actually third, coach on the field. Destiny Rodriguez does a wonderful job of that.
Whatever she said worked, got her to loosen up. He's a pitcher going after hitters, throwing your stuff, not trying to place too hard, but letting that ball move. Fine line to manage here with this range.
Ramsey Suarez straight back. Ramsey missing last year with a torn labrum. Already a really feel-good comeback story today with the 2 RBI triple. One more good swing here, and she's setting a new career high in RBI in her first game here at Mary Nutter.
And that's the pitch. You saw that one fouled off the shin. But that's the pitch that you want to be throwing to these UCLA hitters. Tight in, but also lower. Don't want to leave anything mid-thigh to belt high. Trying to get it low, trying to get it into the shins. So these hitters do exactly that. They're not able to square anything up. And you talked about that shin guard. Just on the wrong leg, on the wrong foot. You need the one that extends over the toe, I think.
I feel like every year, Nicole, you and I are picking a piece of equipment, and for some reason it just becomes the most used piece. Last year it was the Evo Shield. Over and over we were talking about the protection right there on the elbow. I guess in 2026 it's the year of the shin guard.
Year of the shin guard. Forget year of the horse.
No advance
Great
possible.
job
Good job
behind
by
the
Ratliff
plate.
to get to it quickly.
Yeah, I mean, she has been a workhorse already through 3 innings behind that plate, working hard for her pitches, not only to get those strikes, but the blocking that she's been able to do so quick and keeping it in front. So easy to get that ball behind you.
Hops off the glove. Ramsey Suarez, a career day. Her comeback season is in full force.
That inside pitch, UCLA going all over it, clobbering it. This one elevated, not down by the shins as we were laughing about, but up mid-thigh. And that, even if you're a little bit early, which we saw there, even if you're a little bit early with the power of Suarez, we've already seen it. She comes around, scores 2 more.
Just like that. The most runs brought in Ramsey's career in the Mary Nutter opener for the quasi-hosts here in 2026. And now Alina Garcia has a chance to keep the good going. Watching strike 1. Four RBI and 5 total bases in 2 swings is a pretty good day at the office.
It's light work. This is
light work.
This is a good day. This is a field trip for her. If you're Auburn, it spoke about being a competitor. In Mary Nutter, it exposes who's a competitor, who learns how to compete, and who maybe it's not quite clicking yet. If you're Auburn, you want to figure out a way, how can we get back in this game? And that pitch is a perfect example of how to have a competitive pitch. This one moving through the zone, that late break, you're missing barrels. That is what you want to see from Auburn. They have the offense to be able to get back into this game. We're only in the 3rd.
Scored 10 runs in the first game of the day, a lot of which came late. They can certainly score in bunches, but Taylor Tinsley is dazzled to this point. Garcia drives it to the grass. Wide turn, Suarez scores. 7-0 and a 2 RBI day for Alina Garcia.
You get a run, and you get a run. Right here, Garcia taking her hacks, elevated inside half of the plate. She's going after it. And I think the biggest thing I'm going to hit on again that we've seen from UCLA, I don't feel like they have been on time 100%. Even with these swings, I feel like they're out in front, but being able to keep your hands back, even if your body, your hips are rotated, your timing's a little early, that is what they have been doing so well throughout this game. And it goes to show, if you have barrel control and if you swing hard, good things happen. And a lot of good things happen. 7 good, to be exact, for UCLA today.
Alexis Ramirez watching the strike. You can hear the dugout. They call her lefty. Hits righty, throws lefty, in case you're confused. Looking at the batter's box going, wait a second.
Who truly can understand the cheers that come from a softball dugout? I was involved in them, and I still don't even truly understand.
At least as far as nicknames go, you don't have to strain the brain too hard to get to lefty for the left-handed catcher. She works the walk. Now, if you want to talk about Chef Grant, you have to know, A, she played basketball, and B, that was Steph Curry's nickname, is Steph Curry's nickname. So there's a little more like, okay, you got to be in on the lore a little bit.
I'm seeing Auburn here just resetting. UCLA going on a tear. Their last 6 out of 7 at-bats have resulted in hard hits. Draws the walk on this last at-bat. They are being productive, and they are being relentless. This is what it feels like whenever an offense is almost suffocating. So how quickly as a defense, how quickly as a pitcher can you reset, feed up your defense right now with 1 out, something down in the ground, defense maybe back just a little bit. Some of those balls getting past them, if they had 1 or 2 extra steps, they may be able to knock those down. Looking for lead outs, looking for potential double plays. And the last thing you want to do is let too many runners go by. This is the 9 hole. You don't want to turn it over with less than 2 outs.
7 of the 9 have hit here in this frame. And it's 2 in prime position for Mia Phillips. The video game numbers that UCLA has put up after week 1 led the nation in home runs and runs scored, a program record, along with basically every other offensive statistic. And it's pretty much continued to this point. Got challenged a bit. That FSU game, that Tennessee game, but I think back to a couple years ago, UCLA learned a lot of lessons coming into Mary Nutter, basically took off in that 2024 campaign right here in Cathedral City. Certainly seems like something similar right now.
Well, one thing you don't want to do is take off here. UCLA up 7-0. You need 8 to run rule after 5 innings. But again, knowing Auburn and the offense they have, you don't want to leave it at 8. You don't want to leave it to chance. Continue to push while you have the advantage. Another great block behind the plate. I mean, this is a catcher that is working for your pitchers.
Freshman catcher and Ava Ratliff. We've got a bunch in this tournament. And, you know, I used to say, it's so uncommon to have a freshman backstop back there. I might have to clean that logic ladder up a little bit because these athletes today are just so good. You can't keep them out of these spots regardless of how old they are.
I mean, you have freshmen, you have lefties. It does not matter. If
right.
You're good enough, they have to put you there. I once heard the saying, be so good that they can't deny you. And I think that's the mindset. Yes, there have been a lot of seniors that have graduated, but that's not to say the juniors and the sophomores couldn't step into those roles. But these freshmen, they have a relentless mindset. That one, a nice pitch as it tails across and down to get the strikeout. That's what you want to see going into the top half of the lineup with just one out. Check out the movement on that one. Late break again. You can see just really being able to spin it. And Phillips, completely fooled, thought that one was going to end over the heart of the plate.
The redshirt freshman, as we talked about freshman, Abby Herndon, stepping up, earning the strikeout. And if you're Auburn, this is the type of contest that is the reason you're here at Mary Nutter. You don't come here to breeze by, get 4 wins, and move on. You want to be challenged. That's why there's a redshirt freshman in the circle. That's why there's a freshman catcher behind the plate who came in with 3 career starts to the day. You're going to get your youngsters to be forged by fire here at Big League Dreams.
To that point, whenever you have these teams that are familiar with the Women's College World Series, are familiar with postseason, they look at it and they say, right on, let's go. I want those games because it'll make me better later on. And if you're a team like Auburn, you are in the SEC, you have a gauntlet ahead of you in conference. This is just preparing you for that.
I think probably half the coaches in their press conference this week said the phrase iron sharpens iron. I couldn't even keep track of which ones dropped it over the course of getting ready for this tournament. It was a common refrain.
And I think the best teams, they're the ones who get their players, these athletes, they buy into that idea. It's one thing to say, yeah, iron sharpens iron. And then you go out to Mary Nutter and you get into a deficit. That beautiful pitch.
Bingo.
Not getting it. This one, I just don't think that the wrist completely broke. Oh, they broke a little bit. UCLA getting lucky with that.
Exclusive look for you watching here on Flo. There we go.
I think
I was like, do I have to count wrong? Perfect. Riley Slim gets the walk.
I think Slim kind of that swing throwing her off just a little bit, thinking, oh man, that's one less ball, but yeah, it draws the walk, and with that, UCLA, they batted through their entire lineup, and this will be the second time. So Megan Grant looking for a little bit of redemption this go round. It hasn't reached base yet. Bases loaded and juiced. Good way to get on.
For an opponent, there are not many more nightmarish positions to find yourself in than the bases are loaded and Megan Grant is at the plate.
You just feel her presence. And in that kind of situation, as a pitcher, you're not looking at your hitter, you're just going through your catcher. You're trying to make your target as small as possible.
And right now, it's quite clear nothing you really want to give to Megan Grant. Not that there's anywhere to put her, but I certainly understand the thinking.
Destiny Rodriguez getting her infield together, just giving their pitcher some love and saying, hey, feed us. We're right here. Tough to do with the 3-0.
4-pitch walk. Megan Grant walks in the potential game-shortening run. The margin is 8, so as of now, this is a scheduled 5-inning affair. And Jordan Woolry is suddenly off to the insurance market for UCLA with the bases still loaded.
Well, Corey, you were saying, I don't know what my worst nightmare is, but it may have to be Megan Grant up to bat with bases loaded. I'll raise you Jordan Woolry up to bat with bases loaded. That's that nightmare where you wake up from in a cold sweat and then you go back to bed and it just continues.
Yeah. It would be tough to
Auburn
say
here,
if you're an opponent.
I think they're going to get a fresh look, just trying to offset again. UCLA, they've gone through the entire lineup. UCLA leads 8-0. A tough hitter at the plate with bases loaded. You want to be very cautious. You're ready in run roll territory. Don't want that margin to get any bigger.
The good news for Auburn is it's 2 outs. So if you can get by Jordan Woolry, you're in a good spot. Pitch and change. Lena Tambora will come in. She'll warm up. We'll step aside. Lena Tambora off to a good start to the year. 2.47 ERA in her 5 2/3 innings pitch. She's racked up 4 strikeouts and sits at 1-0. From grassroots to gold, USA Softball is where dreams begin. Skills are sharpened and futures are built. Visit usasoftball.com to learn how to get involved in the future of softball. If you're a top 12U or 14U player, check out www.usasoftball.com. The All-American Games tryout dates. We talk about iron sharpens iron, forged by fire. Well, Lena Tambora will come in and face Jordan Woolry with the bases loaded.
As a relief pitcher, your job coming into games and to situations like this is to get outs quickly. So not only are you called upon to be efficient, but you're also called upon to minimize damage. A tough order here in the bottom of the third. Bases loaded, 2 outs, with the rain still coming down pretty solidly.
The attempt
the biggest struggle
on both Grant and Woolry, keep the ball down.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was just about to say. The biggest struggle, which we talked about at the beginning of the game, has been control. You don't want to leave anything over the plate for them. But at the same time, you have seen these Auburn pitchers struggle with getting that ball over the plate, getting ahead in counts. They've fallen behind. Then they go over the heart of the plate. UCLA attacks, or they draw the walk. And Woolry, you come out, you face a new pitcher, you get ahead 3-0. I'm taking this pitch. I'm trying to still get my timing, but I'm not looking at this as something to swing at.
Taken all the way.
One thing that we heard from Coach I was not taking off pitches, not taking off swings. So even though she knew she wasn't swinging, still getting her timing down.
Woolry smacks it hard and drives it all the way to the fence. Jordan Woolry doing Jordan Woolry things. UCLA firmly in control.
I mean, Jordan Woolry just talked about getting your timing down. This pitch lower than we've seen UCLA really attacking, but with a 3-1 count, and if you're feeling on time as a hitter, you are going at it hard. UCLA swinging hard. Jordan Woolry just really being able to create and generate that bat whip. She can make a lot of power happen for her. She lands on second. Her buddy, her BFF, Megan Grant, over at third. And UCLA, they're up 10-0.
For Jordan Woolry, that is now a 2-double inning. She was the second hitter in this third inning. She got a double. And now in the bat around, she has a second 2-bagger.
It's a good reset from that last pitch. You could see Tambora raised her arms up, and it almost looked like her catcher was saying, time, time, not freaking out, not doing anything crazy. She's just holding it until her catcher stands up and calls time for her, not getting a ball called. And now with that, she's able to get ahead. No balls, 2 strikes.
Three of these runs coming across with 2 outs on the board. Bragg going after it and foul. Kanaya Bragg,
feeling that.
2 hits on the day. As we sit over 30 minutes in this bottom of the third, as UCLA continues pretty much right where they left off.
Talk about giving your pitcher a break. If I'm Taylor Tinsley, I'm like, I'm a little worried.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure that I'm warm.
There's a point where it's too long,
about,
right? You've just been sitting around.
Yeah, that's something that you don't think about, honestly, whenever you have an offense. As a fan, you have an offense that's scoring. You're like, yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. As a pitcher, a lot of times what you won't see them doing, but they do in the dugout, they're jumping up and down. They're trying to keep that heart rate nice and high.
Kanaya Bragg drives it the full length. Everything the Bruins want, they're getting. 3-hit day for Kanaya Bragg, ties a career high.
I mean, this one with Bragg, that pitch is low and away. This isn't a bad pitch, but the way that she has been able to keep her swing very clean, you don't see a lot of extra movement from her body pre-swing, pre-pitch. Just silent and deadly. Quick, quick, quick to the ball. And UCLA, we talk about how strong they are. They do not surrender their swings lightly. They're not taking off these pitches.
Briella Andre hit it hard enough. Keep the chaos going. Bruins at the corners.
And this is where Auburn can feel like this is the snowball that I can't stop. This is starting to roll and spiral out of control. Focusing on one pitch at a time can help a team really reel back in.
Ramsey Suarez, a magical day in Cathedral City.
mean, boom is right. This one hammered, crushed, see you later, elevated. She knew it right away. This was a monster home run. And not only has she had success all game long, her swings have gotten better and better and better as the game has gone on, ending with this 3-run home run. I mean, absolutely crushed. Her team comes in, everyone is pumped, and that is what UCLA is trying to focus on, not just this game, but throughout the entire weekend here at Mary Nutter, is celebrating one swing, one pitch at a time.
Ramsey Suarez had 4 straight pinch hit bids where she got a home run. That's a pretty magical run. I think we can confidently say this is even more so. She's got a double, a triple, and a home run. And if UCLA gets her up one more time, she'll be playing for the cycle. Auburn certainly getting tested. They already got a win today. So they're sitting at 10-2. They've won 7 in a row. Now they get battle forged as Charlie Butler will warm up. Well, Ramsey Suarez, anytime you're chasing a cycle, you're chasing history. But now, if she gets one more at bat, it will be all-time history. Somehow, and this is actually baffling given the history of UCLA, there has never been a cycle in UCLA softball history. So Ramsey Suarez will have a chance to do something that some of the greatest softball players ever have not done in a Bruin uniform. Alina Garcia watches ball 1. Dropped in, Charlie Butler. About 5 innings pitched on the year, 7 strikeouts. The true freshman getting the chance to go against this UCLA group. Out of Wakulla High School, really proud softball tradition. Up in the Panhandle, they produced a lot of Division I talent up there.
Sure, Auburn not quite expecting to go through this many pitchers in one game, but again, great experience for them being in this kind of environment. It's not fun in the moment, but if you are a team that loves to compete, that loves a challenge, how do you learn from it? How do you grow from it and take it throughout the rest of the weekend?
Alina Garcia works the walk. Her second time on base here in the 3rd.
This UCLA offense with 2 outs, the way that they have continued to pass the bat, you would have thought that there's no outs, the way that they're swinging very loose, very relaxed.
Dropped in on the off speed. 1 through 9 came around. Megan Grant came up a second time. The 16th batter of this 3rd inning. Alexis Ramirez. She'll reach out and chop it. And look, at this point, it's just one of those for Auburn. You're just trying to get that last out. You understand it. These are mentally taxing frames for sure. That's a play they know they can make, and sometimes you have the script work against you for sure.
Absolutely, and defensively, Destiny Rodriguez typically so sound, so solid over there at second base. But as a defender, can you stay locked in? I can feel like that snowball is continuing to roll and roll and roll. And it's a hard thing to be able to get locked in. And if you're UCLA, you're going, I never want this inning to end. This has been the best that we've seen so far.
The error does not diminish the fact that Destiny Rodriguez is off to an incredible start and is going to have a great year for Auburn. Mia Phillips is going to step aside. Coach I is going to use some of the bench now. Again, Mia Phillips represented the second out of this inning. Since then, walk, walk, double, double, error, home run, walk, error.
And there's so much benefit to offenses, especially early on in the season. You put up these kinds of runs, it enables your coaches to put in the bench. And yes, while you as a hitter, you want to get those opportunities. As a coach, you know how valuable it is that your entire team, anybody who has potential, is able to come off the bench and get the chance to be able to come through, to be able to produce. It's not a pity sub. It's, hey, now it's your turn to pass the bat. It's your turn to get this experience.
UCLA doesn't portal hard or often, but this year the biggest class, 4, including the hitter now, Sujin Berry. She had a couple home runs against UCLA, a career home run performance when she was playing for Iowa. And she went ahead and listed that on the UCLA website as her greatest athletic thrill. So certainly understanding the blueprint, the now Bruin.
Coming into a culture like UCLA, you have to fit it. They don't let anybody, just anybody in, right? Even less so from the transfer portal. So the fact that they picked her, that tells you she has what it takes.
A high school teammate of Jordan Woolry. 1 degree of softball, always. Sujin works the walk off the bench. The 2-out magic continues. Riley Slimp, the 18th hitter. If she reaches base, Megan Grant will have a 3rd plate appearance in the 3rd inning. This run also guarantees, unless she is pulled, we will see Ramsey Suarez one more time.
I love this mindset from UCLA, though. Just continuing. I know the score is being run up, but they don't want to be denied. If I'm going to get a chance to have an at-bat, I want to have an at-bat.
Riley Slimp has an at-bat. Brings home another couple. The Bruins bat around on the bat around. Megan Grant led off this 3rd inning. She's going to have her 3rd plate appearance.
Megan Grant looking to cash in. Last time she was up, 2 outs, bases loaded. The patience from this hitter and the experience. Talk about somebody with IQ. Yes, you want to swing it, but drawing the walk, taking the walk, not swinging outside of your zone. I feel like UCLA this game, you've just been very disciplined at what they are and are not swinging at. You don't see them surrendering swings too often.
One squirts away, so two in prime position. It kind of calls to mind a conversation that one of the head coaches in our next game had to have, Patty Gasso, talking about the game against UTEP, noting you're not going to tell your players go up there and make a mistake. Stop doing the things that we tell you to do. And it's certainly an understandable mentality in that regard. UCLA is not going to intentionally make the third out. And Auburn wouldn't want them to, I don't think. I mean, they're putting in their youngsters to really get opportunities against some of the nation's best who look the part.
At the end of the day, you see UCLA holding up their runner at third, not letting Barry go home. They're not pushing it, but if you get a double in the gap, there's nothing you can do about that except say, I love that. I love that swing from you. Or you get a walk on base. You have to cheer on your hitter and say, I love that discipline from you. 2 walks in a row for Megan Grant. I can tell you, she is the type of hitter that wants to join in on this slugfest. But being disciplined is so important. That's a lot of at-bats. I mean, you can see that she's falling. It's falling out of her hands as she's running back to the dugout.
9 hits plus a couple walks and a couple base runners on errors. First base has been busy here in the third.
Testament to what we just saw. I'm sure hitters in the dugout are clamoring, hey, I need my Evo. I need my shin guard.
Jaylan Mercado will come in and run. Woolry. Another chance with the bases juiced. Being a tough job over there when you got this many base runners.
I mean, it's a full 2 hands to be able to handle all of this. Even then, that might not be enough.
Jordan Woolry. That's a 21. A blackjack on a grand slam for Jordan Woolry.
Again, going back to it, not being denied, not surrendering swings. Taking this pitch, it's left over, middle. A hitter like Jordan Woolry, she knows right away she's not going to see this pitch too many times whenever she's up to at bat. So whenever she does, she is going to clobber this one deep to center field. An absolute boom fest.
6 RBI for Jordan Woolry will tie her career high. It is a new season high for Jordan Woolry, which says a lot given the season that Jordan Woolry has had. What's kind of remarkable about this is it's all 2 outs.
And this is the thing about Mary Nutter. You cannot take one game off. You ease off that gas a little bit. And that team that's in the other dugout, they come right at you. Auburn with a huge win over Oregon. They come into this game and UCLA 21-0 here in the bottom of the third.
Kanaya Bragg ripped it hard.
You hear the oohs and ahs from the crowd. That one, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that foul ball. We had a fan catch a foul ball back in the first. I'm running in the opposite direction if that's coming at me.
Down looking. So Charlie Butler closes the door. UCLA gets about an hour's worth of at-bats. Finished off by the grand slam from Jordan Woolry. The Bruins, they sure look like UCLA. UCLA is rolling, and the Bruins feeling great. We get the chance to catch up with Lisa Fernandez here for the Bruins. And, Coach, we have to start with Ramsey Suarez. How big was the smile right now, knowing what she's battled through to have the day that she's had today?
Yeah, I mean, that's what coaching's all about, right, is the story within the story, and to have a player like Ramsey who's really had to go through a lot, you know, to be able to get the opportunities and really to take advantage of them. And that's why we do what we do, is really because it's those kind of kids that you know how hard they work, and to see them be able to live out a dream and continue to perform the way that they know they can, so free, it's pretty impressive and pretty awesome to see.
Coach, how impressive, beyond the runs being scored, how impressive was it with with all of those runs being scored with 2 outs?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we work hard on it being just the game within the game, right? I mean, we don't worry about the scoreboard. We don't worry about the sitch as much as, you know, it's a job that we got to do, and we just got to play it one pitch at a time. And so for them to be able to just continue to stay in the moment is what we train to do. And it's pretty cool to be able to see them all have opportunities and to be able to achieve.
Coach Fernandez doing a lot of work with the hitters. She gets to celebrate. Congrats, Coach. That was quite the inning.
Thank you. The game's not over yet, so we got to finish it out, and let's get after it.
No doubt. Appreciate you, Coach.
Take care.
So Natalie Cable, the freshman, will come in and pitch for UCLA. That's going to be the forefront of all the changes. I think I'll honestly probably just reset the defense for you here in a second. That might be quicker. But first, we introduce you to the freshman Natalie Cable. 1-1 to begin her campaign. 14 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts up against just 8 walks. This will be the 5th appearance for the true freshman.
On one end, we talked about offense and the benefit that you get whenever you have all those runs stacked up on the scoreboard. You get to put those hitters in that might not get to see it as much, but also giving Taylor Tinsley a relief. She's going to have a lot of innings, I anticipate, this weekend. But getting your young arms out there, getting them to feel this environment early on.
Lifted up to right where it sits in the glove of Mercado. So the defense infield from left to right, Alejandra Garcia, Bragg, and Woolry. So that's pretty much there. Outfield, Slimp, Phillips, Mercado, and Cable throwing to Mojica. A new look UCLA defense. Lonnie Illustri in for Auburn to hit. So the Tigers will have their substitution parade as well. Illustri, her fourth pinch hit appearance.
Beautiful.
Base knock would be her first career hit.
Beautiful off speed there from Cable, just pulling the string. I love how deceptive her body is with that changeup. From that changeup to that rise ball, a swing and miss, the velo difference is 10 plus miles an hour. But also, like I just mentioned, you cannot tell the difference with how hard her body is going at the hitter.
Right through. Cable's got a lot of talent. She shows it.
That's the way that you come into a game after your offense just absolutely went off, scored 18 runs in one inning. And you come in, you get 2 quick outs. You heard Lisa Fernandez say the game is not over yet. How do you put a bow on this game? You come out and you're clean, you're quick.
Lined all the way to the fence. Chance for 3. There it is. Auburn does begin their response with Michaela Walker.
And this one, a nice hit by Walker. This one deep into that right center gap. We've seen a lot of action over there, but miscue in the outfield. The way that you want to crash on this as an outfielder, you want that body open, glove side pointed towards second base or wherever it is that you're throwing, so you can get a quick and clean transition.
Ruling is triple. So as it sits for Michaela Walker, her first 3-bagger of the campaign. Also hit that first ball really hard. It was the home run taken away by Phillips. Feels like forever ago now, even though it was only a couple innings.
That's what some good couple of runs will do to you.
Stroud watching top shelf. Slow ruler. That throw is executed phenomenally. Alejandra doesn't look like a freshman. An Auburn team that's got a lot of new on it. Right now, they're getting the chance to learn. Maybe history on the other side. We'll see. Bria Alejandra makes the nice play across the diamond, and the true freshman will get the chance to hit. Sunsets in California. They're what it's all about. Lights come on here at Big League Dreams, and for this UCLA team, the lights have been on for a while.
Well, everybody knows night games here at Mary Nutter. Something about it just feels different. It's electric. I don't know if it can get more electric than that third inning. I mean, that was a pretty impressive showcasing by UCLA.
Alejandre. Reese crushed that ball. And she reaches. So now here's Ramsey Suarez. A triple in the second. A double in the third, as well as a home run. A single makes UCLA history. Nicole, if she hits a double ball here to the fence, do you stop at first base? I would, but I'm not a D1 athlete.
I don't think I can stop on that one.
Nice off speed. Butler has no interest in that history.
Good arm, good movement. We saw what she had whenever she came in at towards the end of that third inning. Has a little bit of zip, late movement. I've seen her miss a couple barrels for UCLA already. Missed the barrel of one of the hottest hitters in this lineup this game.
Yeah. Two and two. Ramsey Suarez lifts it out, the play is made. A good job by Michaela Walker to track that down, and the Bruins' bid for history will be put aside. Charlie Butler buckles down.
And if you're UCLA after an explosion like the third inning, it's hard sometimes taking that break from hitting, coming back in, and picking up right where you left off. Slowing down, being able to be selective with the pitches that you're going after. Garcia, she's done a great job with that today. 2 singles and a walk. Showcases her patience and discipline.
Saw the big smile on Alina Garcia's face. Just so happy to have the game back in her life. Kind of the story today. The comeback from some Bruins that missed a lot of time last year. Having a great game. Of course, Ramsey Suarez is the forefront of it, but Alina Garcia has not been retired today. She's got 2 hits and 2 RBI.
You can tell Garcia just really wanting to flatten out that barrel. Whenever she gets into the box, she lets go of that front hand, tips that knob up towards the sky, trying to really flatten out that barrel before she goes.
Last year's Mary Nutter, Alina Garcia opened with back-to-back multi-hit games. She's already got the front end nailed down for a little deja vu here in round 2.
Nice job holding those hands back on that off speed, letting your hips kind of go. You could see him trigger. She held herself, paused for a moment, and was able to reload and hit that, even though it was foul, hard, squarely.
Garcia with power and pace. Alina Garcia. Welcome back, kid.
There's that long ball she was chasing after. And UCLA, I mean, like you said, it's like they just can't miss. Being selective, fouling that first pitch off, the off-speed, up and away. She gets a tight screwball in on her hands. She's able to get extended, quick hands through the zone. Sends it over the bleachers out in left field. There's been a lot of booms for UCLA here tonight. This is going to be a game that they look back on and go, you remember?
Yeah. When you opened Mary Nutter, your first game as the team that began this tournament historically as one of the co-hosts. So your first game, you scored 23 runs, including a 16-run third inning. Knocked off the glove, the hustle. While appreciated, not enough. So 1-4-3 on Mujica's first offering.
It's a nice read by Rodriguez, being able to charge that hard. That tipped off the glove, and it just slowed down the speed of that ball. So being able to field it, get it out quick, get that second out. I feel like last inning, plays like that were the ones that the infield for Auburn, they were bobbling, they were misplaying. So being able to reset in this new inning, washing what is behind.
Mia Phillips came back into the game defensively, and so she gets the chance to come back around and hit as well. Foul territory.
Phillips, she's looking for her first time on base. Slide out her first at bat. Struck out her second. Staying patient here, waiting for your pitch. Turning that lineup over with 2 outs.
UCLA continues to rewrite their record books. 23 runs, top 5 all time for Bruin softball. Little in between her ball, the speed is enough. As Phillips already showed in the outfield, she's quick. She legs out the single.
This one just completely battling this. A lot of speed. That's why whenever you have those mishits as a fielder, you hustle those out.
Coach I will go to the lineup card. That lineup card's probably close to chicken scratch at this point. My scorebook's a mess too.
And I think the question here for why Phillips is out, they called her safe on the play, but I think reason why she may have been called out, stepped on the wrong bag. That's the only thing that I can think of whenever I see that play, with the addition of the orange bag. The white bag solely belongs to the defender. The orange bag solely belongs to the runner. as a runner, if you step on that white bag, it doesn't count. It's as if you didn't even step on the bag at all. So even though she beat it, she stepped on the wrong bag. Vice versa, if the defender, the first baseman, switches over to field a ball on the orange bag, the runner now can use the white bag. But you cannot be using the same bag as the defender and the runner.
Well spotted by you, one of the newer rules. At first, I couldn't figure out why it was controversial. This is why. You train yourself for the white bag. Yep, great eye, Nicole. That's an out. Auburn coming back up. The Tigers look to build some offensive momentum. A good BYU team on deck. That's driven to right, and it'll go the distance. Exactly some offensive momentum. Delaney Amua has her first career home run. Auburn gets ready to take on BYU, Washington, and Fullerton on Saturday. BYU Friday night, Cal on Sunday. So still some great opponents. And those are the moments, Nicole, when somebody gets their first career home run as a freshman. I don't care what the score is. You heard it from the dugout. You celebrate in those spots.
You celebrate big time in those spots.
Cross the diamond in time.
I love that response there from Cable. Giving up the home run, big time, coming right back, getting an easy out for her defense. And if you're Auburn, keeping in mind the way that UCLA passed the bat with 2 outs, their offense is the type that can do the very same thing. Continue to pass the bat. And while the score may remain lopsided as a hitter, take it as a challenge. I do not want to waste an at-bat. I do not want to surrender anything just because the score looks that way.
Kylie Shaw embracing that mentality. Graduated early, start her time in the SEC, the youngster who looks like anything but. And for Auburn, this is such a new group, graduating 9 seniors, 8 of which were starters. Now you have 7 true freshmen added to this team, plus, of course, a tremendous portal group, most of whom have SEC experience. Say, okay, you take your learning lesson in this one, and you get ready, because it doesn't matter what the final score is. They all count the same once you get to the win-loss column.
And Auburn getting hit by pitch, starting to create some momentum of their own. Started this inning with a home run. Had a quick ground ball, but right back to it. Hard hit, deep in the gap. Reading the defense with the bobble out in right field, getting to second base, and then you get a hit by pitch. Again, not wasting your opportunities. Rodriguez, the hitter, doesn't waste too many of those her own.
Cable not too fond on wasting
Big
opportunity herself.
Big swing, just at the last minute, that ball dips up.
A Cable K.
Corey, you said it best, a Cable K. That one down, missing the barrel again. We've seen her work both levels, working up, getting the misses, working down, getting the misses. Her spread is pretty impressive, and again, for somebody so young in the staff, getting innings like this is so important. UCLA being able to score those runs enables her to come in and feel that, get those nerves out. Honestly, I don't know how many nerves there really is. She is looking fantastic.
Coach I told us a great story about her. Left her in a little longer on purpose when she was struggling, went to the circle. And Cable was having a tough day. She goes, "Do you want out?" And Cable's like, "No, absolutely not." Right there, the Bruins start Mary Nutter in emphatic fashion. 23-1. A massive third inning, textbook two-out approach. And the home team, after taking a couple of hard lessons across the country, returned to the Golden State with a statement.
Safe to say, UCLA, like you said, Corey, they are making a statement. But if there's anything that we know about Mary Nutter, it is a gauntlet. It is a marathon, not a sprint. A lot more to come from UCLA and Auburn and a lot of other top teams in the country.
Bruins make their bid to catapult themselves into the top 5, off to a great start. Another team that deems themselves top 5. They're up next against one of the most consistent mid-majors in America. The Oklahoma Sooners make their Mary Nutter debut. Fullerton looks for the big upset. Always a fun matchup, and it's coming up next right here. We'll see you in a bit.